The Buddha once said, "Do not look at the faults of others, look at your own faults." It's natural to be curious about what others are doing, thinking, or saying about us. But when we focus on the actions and opinions of others, we lose the ability to focus on our own path. We waste our energy, and we allow outside forces to control our peace of mind. In today's world, this is all too common. Comparing ourselves to others, trying to meet their expectations, or getting lost in the drama around us. But the Buddha offered us a different way, a way that returns to our own hearts, a way that cultivates peace, clarity, and self-awareness. Today we'll dive into 6 Buddhist lessons that will help you stop thinking about others and start focusing on your own life. By embracing these teachings, you can create a space within yourself where you're grounded, strong, and at peace with who you are. Lesson 1. Mind your own mind. The Buddha taught, all that we are is the result of what we have thought. This profound statement reminds us of the power of our thoughts. Our inner world shapes our outer reality. When we constantly dwell on what others are doing, thinking, or saying, we are wasting the precious energy that could be spent cultivating our own wisdom, peace, and growth. Instead of focusing outward, begin by guarding your thoughts. This means being mindful of what you think and how you think about others. When you catch yourself comparing, judging, or becoming overly concerned with someone else's actions, gently bring your attention back to yourself. Every morning, take a moment to reflect. What am I thinking about today? Is it about someone else? Or is it about how I can grow and be better in my own life? When you focus inward, you begin to see that your happiness and peace are not dependent on anyone else. You begin to realize that your thoughts are yours to control. Cultivate the habit of mindfulness, and over time, your mind will become more peaceful and less distracted by others. Lesson 2. Stop comparing. Start growing. In Buddhism, comparison is considered one of the roots of suffering. The Buddha said, "There is no greater delusion than the belief that someone else's path is easier, or that your life is worse than someone else's." We live in a world where comparison is rampant. We compare our achievements, appearance, and success to others, and it leads to feelings of inadequacy or jealousy. But these comparisons are illusions that distort our sense of self-worth and happiness. Rather than looking at what others are doing, focus on your own journey. Each person is on a unique path, with their own challenges and lessons to learn. The key to peace is not in measuring yourself against others, but in growing and progressing at your own pace. Think of the lotus flower. It grows from the mud and blooms beautifully, regardless of how fast or slow the other lotuses around it are blooming. It doesn't compare itself to others. It simply grows. Today, make the decision to stop comparing yourself to others. Focus on your own growth, no matter how small the steps may seem. Every day, strive to become a better version of yourself. Celebrate your progress, however humble it may be. Lesson 3. Release the need for approval. The Buddha said, "Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace." We live in a culture that constantly seeks approval, from others, from society, from our peers. But no matter how much approval we receive, it will never fill the emptiness that comes from seeking external validation. True peace comes when you approve of yourself. When you no longer rely on others' opinions to define your worth, you find a deep and unshakable peace within yourself. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent to others. It means realizing that your sense of self-worth comes from within. Your value is not determined by how others see you. Take a moment each day to say to yourself, "I approve of who I am. I am enough as I am." Let these words sink deep into your heart. Feel the freedom that comes with self-acceptance. When you no longer need others' approval, you free yourself from the cycle of seeking external validation. Lesson 4. Detach from gossip and drama. One of the greatest distractions from focusing on yourself is getting caught up in the drama and gossip of the world. Buddhist teachings encourage us to speak words that are true, kind, and beneficial, and often this means choosing silence over speaking about others. Engaging in gossip or focusing on other people's flaws is like adding poison to your own mind. It doesn't bring peace. It only creates more noise, confusion, and suffering. Instead of being drawn into conversations or thoughts that harm your peace, practice detachment. Step back and observe without judgment. Ask yourself, is this conversation beneficial to my growth? Will it lead to peace, or is it just drama? Silence can be a form of protection. By detaching from unnecessary noise, you protect your mind from negativity. Spend more time cultivating inner peace, whether that means meditating, walking in nature, or reading wisdom that nourishes your spirit. Lesson 5. Practice loving kindness, but set boundaries. Buddhism teaches us to cultivate loving kindness, metta, for all beings. But this doesn't mean allowing others' negativity or toxic behavior to disrupt our peace. True loving kindness is not about enabling others. It's about sending love and compassion, while also setting healthy boundaries. You can send love to those who hurt you or try to drag you down, but you don't have to absorb their negativity. Imagine a golden light surrounding you, protecting your mind and heart from external harm. Let others have their experiences, but don't let their chaos enter your world. Boundaries are not walls. They are protections for your peace and well-being. By practicing loving kindness with boundaries, you can remain open to others without losing yourself in their dramas or demands. Lesson 6. Remember impermanence. Finally, remember that everything is impermanent. The Buddha said, all conditioned things are impermanent. Everything, whether it's a thought, a feeling, or an external situation, is temporary. The problems you face today, the judgments others make, and the challenges in your life, they will all pass. When you focus too much on what others are saying or doing, you are giving undue importance to fleeting things. The thoughts of others, their judgments, and their behaviors will come and go. They do not define you. Instead, focus on what is lasting. Your own mind, your own peace, and your own inner growth. When you feel disturbed by what others are doing, remind yourself, this too shall pass. By embracing impermanence, you free yourself from being weighed down by transient concerns. You can live more lightly, knowing that everything, including the opinions of others, is temporary. As you start to focus more on your own thoughts, growth, and peace, you will find that the distractions of others lose their power over you. Your path will become clearer, your heart more peaceful, and your mind more focused. So today, choose one of these lessons and begin to apply it in your life. Notice how your perspective shifts, how you begin to feel more at ease within yourself. You are not responsible for the thoughts, actions, or opinions of others. You are only responsible for your own mind, your own growth, and your own peace. If you found peace in today's wisdom, consider subscribing for more teachings that can help you live with calm and clarity. And remember, the path to true freedom begins when you stop thinking about others and return to your own heart.